My name is Kevin Spidel. For a little over a decade now, I've been involved in campaigns both through advocacy, nonprofit, and partisan. Through this experience, I've been privileged enough to take on the role of advisor to presidential candidates, to executive staff of a large international human rights organization, Amnesty International, as well as starting my own organizations, Progressive Vote and Progressive Democrats of America. My management experience has been interesting. From a young age, I've always managed teams that were kind of grown quickly. From a presidential campaign, I was the national field director for Dennis Kucinich in 2004. We decided to run a movement campaign rather than the mission to get him elected. We wanted to grow a movement within inside the Democratic Party, which means offices in every 50 states. As the national field director, I was in charge of all of those offices, their budgets, hiring, firing, everything, their objectives, the strategic plan. I oversaw 50 state offices during that time. Also, through that experience of running an international campaign against torture with many different coalition partners, many different organizations through Amnesty International, that experience actually allowed me basically to be attractive to Stuart Skorman. Stuart Skorman is a serial startup guy. He's ran many different successful startups, a few failed startups. His last startup was with Borders Books and Music, as well as an online video recommendation engine. He asked me to step in as the COO to basically hire field staff, as well as the national staff for this program. Unfortunately, the project died because of some PR issues as well as some funding issues. Learned a lot through a failed project through Stuart Skorman as a COO. Through that, I came over to Phoenix, Arizona, and with three other partners, four including myself, we've launched Blue Dynamic, which is a public affairs PR firm. We've run that for 2 years, and through this experience, I've realized that there's a hole in organizing online, social media, newsworthy content. That's where PRaxis Wire comes in. It's the ability to put your press release on the social web in an authentic way. Through my experience at Amnesty International, I worked a lot with the new media department, and we try to organize bloggers. The growing technology, the different cultures, the maverick style of reporting that bloggers have, it's been really hard to organize bloggers and putting news out there authentically. We hired and staffed and resourced out ways to try to accomplish these goals, but they all fell short. At the end of the day, it became too cumbersome. I was looking at the mechanics of conversations and the need for bloggers to make this their living and be satisfied doing this through a positive, professional way. So what we did, and what I decided to do, was to play around with the idea of compensating the bloggers for news. By compensating the bloggers, they keep coming over for newsworthy material that they're already talking about, that they're already blogging about, but they get to put their own DNA on the messaging. That's the carrot that I feel like the bloggers need, being compensated for their own newsworthy journalistic style, their own DNA. I feel like that's going to be the carrot for the bloggers. From the newsmaker's point of view, us being able to bring bloggers to their doorstep to publish the news, that's the carrot that they're going to have to basically keep putting news onto our wire. Through this, the idea of BlogWire, which became and evolved to PRaxis Wire, came to be.